Hello and welcome to our Wednesday reflection from Holy Saviour Church, Hitchin. Today is a lesser festival in the Church's year, when we commemorate John Keble's Assize sermon on national apostasy of 1833. So what, you may feel inclined to say? Why is that event of any significance to us now? But that sermon was a turning point in the history of the Church of England, and without it, Holy Saviour may not have been built, and our way of worship today may have looked very different. John Keble was the son of a high church clergyman. Aged 19, he became a Fellow at Oriel College, Oxford. He obtained a double first degree in Latin and Maths, and was ordained in 1823. In due course, he had his own parish after some time as both an academic and a curate. His sermon came about in a time of change, caused by, amongst other things, the Reform Act of 1832 and the Irish Church Act the following year. These had led to concern that the Church of England would be disestablished, while it was said that the Church itself seemed to have lost all sense of its divine origin, mission and authority. Keble and his fellow Tractarians set about to revitalise the Church with a new emphasis on the sacraments, ritual and church traditions in what became known as the Oxford movement. And so from the mid-19th century, the Anglican Church was looking very different as a large number of changes were gradually introduced. Changes we now take for granted. For example, lit candles were placed on altars. Credence tables, holy water stoups and crucifixes were added to church furnishings, along with stations of the cross. Also hymns were sung by choirs in surplices, and robed servers took part in the services. Aspects of the Eucharist service changed as well. The president now stood in front of the altar, facing east, and wore a chasuble. Wafers were introduced instead of bread, and water was mixed with the wine in the chalice. Incense was used, and altar frontals became legal. The changes spread gradually across the country through the vision of clergy like George Gainsford, who built churches in the preferred Gothic style and also introduced parish missions and outreach to the poor and disadvantaged in a time of increased urbanisation. So Keble's sermon of 1833 is of relevance to us at Holy Saviour. Keble was highly regarded as a poet, and a collection of his poems entitled The Christian Year ran to many editions during the 19th century. He wrote a number of hymns, and will now end with New every morning is the love, which is based on a verse from the Book of Lamentations.